Hey folks, how you doing today? A lot of important data coming out next week. CPI, retail sales, plenty of earnings. Let's just jump right into it. Yes, recording this from deck 10 on the wonderful Holland America ship Westerdam. If you haven't had a chance to cruise with Holland America, highly recommend it. Been a great trip thus far, but let's get into it. Let's first talk about earnings. I was going to do this yesterday, but forgot the piece of paper. So earnings coming out on Tuesday, we have Coca-Cola and Airbnb. Coca-Cola is going to be one of those, it's the economy reopening, travel. It'll be very interesting to see what is going on in Asia, in China. I expect a good number. What's going on with inflation, right? Because again, Coca-Cola is it's a concoction of raw material that does become the sugar water. So it'd be interesting to see what's going on there. Airbnb is going to be interesting because again, Airbnb might be doing well, but I am hearing from more and more hosts that are not doing well. And I'll probably do a rant video on Airbnb maybe later today, but we'll leave that for another time. On Wednesday, we have Shopify. Thursday, Applied Materials, DraftKings, and DoorDash. DoorDash will be interesting. Are they still seeing an uptick a la Uber and Uber Eats, or is it more like Lyft, where this one revenue stream is falling off again, where Uber is dominating with both? So, will be very interesting. I wonder if DoorDash and Lyft should just get over it and join forces. Who knows? Lyft by DoorDash or DoorDash by Lyft, maybe become Uber 2.0. DraftKings will be interesting. Obviously, Super Bowl weekend. What is going on with that? We'll see what DraftKings has to say. And then Friday is Deere or John Deere. What is going on with construction and farming and things of that nature? I got a report from CoreLogic, sort of wrapping up 2022 housing. Said the end of the year was up 6.9%. That is only important because I had been calling all year no negative year-on-year numbers. Now December is behind us. Now we can talk about 2023, and I'm calling for 4 negative year-on-year numbers, ending the year higher year-on-year. But yes, in the middle of the year, we will have 4 negative numbers. We just have to. There was a February, March, April where housing got stupid. And we are going to have some negative year-on-year numbers. I believe maybe starts in February, maybe starts in March, but I think we have 4 months, and I think they are 4 consecutive months, and then that is behind us. Inflation, jobs market. This is what we have to watch, right? We get a CPI reading on Tuesday, Valentine's Day, and I know there's a lot of frustration around, hey, they're adjusting or changing the rules. I'm not sure I see it that way. I think 12 months of data is better than 24. I think we live in a world where data is easier to collect and thus should. I actually think though 12 months of data is going to cause inflation to go up, not down. I've seen many people talk about, hey, they're doing this because of Biden and this and that. I don't think so. And I don't think you're gonna like the outcome, right? I think people assume they mess with these numbers to lower them. I don't think that's how it's going to work out. I think people are going to be really surprised when inflation comes in hotter than expected. And a lot of that, I think, will be because what they did is they took off 12 months of older data. And that generally can pull it down. So, but we'll see on Tuesday. It's right around the corner. I have the expectations. We'll go through those in a minute. I don't know if you saw this, but apparently we're shooting stuff down. I read an article this morning that we shot 4th thing down in like the last week or something. I mean, what the heck is going on? First off, this stuff has always been there. Why are we shooting it down now? Or do we have UFOs or what is going on? And I don't get it. I don't get it. We're shooting, I don't get it. That's just crazy. All of a sudden we've shot down 4 in at least my adult life. I don't remember us ever doing that. Now in the span of 7 days, we do it 4 times. I don't know. Getting data on housing as far as current active listings and new listings, and it's not good news. Apparently, new listings are still down. This is a problem because we should be coming in. Super Bowl Sunday is the start of the spring selling season. we should be seeing more new listings, and we're not. Folks, this is the first spring selling season that I believe is going to be distorted because the Fed broke housing and people with low mortgages aren't selling. I think we are going to see years of transactions sub 5 million, much closer to 4 million, because sellers don't sell. We may have plenty of demand, but if the seller is not there, then we are kind of stuck. Also, active listings are falling. What we have seen, and you have validated many times, is the low end, whatever that is for you, right? Medium price and below, on fire. Median and above, slow. Move up buyer, slow. Luxury, really slow. But what we are seeing now is an inventory, active listings shrink and become even more distorted. If you were to take your entire active listing, let's call it 500, in a normal cycle, 20% might be luxury. Today, that might be 33 or 35, and that's the stuff that's aging out, canceled, wish pricing, all of that. The housing market doesn't appear healthy, and unfortunately, it's worse than it looks, right? We might have 900,000 active listings, but if you really break it down, we probably have like 700. So we are artificially looking okay, but it is actually much worse than that, unfortunately. So again, remember folks, the Fed's gonna keep talking tough, and if we get a surprise reading on CPI Tuesday, here are the numbers. In December, CPI headline came in at 6.5, core came in at 5.7. That's where we were. Expectations for headline is now 6.2, and core is 5.5. So expectations are for us to continue the downtrend. Remember, the peak was 9.1, now expected to be at 6.2. If we get anything north of 6.2, and heaven's sake, if we get a flat, I'm actually fearful right now. I'll just say it here. I'm afraid we get 6.6. Now, 6.6 may not sound like a lot when we're talking about 9.1, but remember what 6.6 would mean. It would mean the downtrend is over. Think about that. 9.1 to 6.5, expectation 6.3, we go from 6.5 to 6.6. Folks, I really do believe we're going to get a surprise number. Headline is going to go up. I am afraid. I want to be wrong. Please hear me when I say I want to be wrong, but I do think it's going to go up, and I think it's going to send shock waves. I hope I'm wrong, because again, remember, inflation, we've been talking about this for 9 months. Inflation has 3 components. The goods inflation is done, right? The disinflation in stuff. Housing is sticky, and as Jerome Powell says, will not get better to the summer, and I think it gets worse before it gets better. I don't think we've seen the uptick. I think last month housing was up 0.8% month on month. It could get worse. So that is my fear. Core is expected to go up 5.5. We shall see. And again, something else about headline, again, I am calling 6.6. I think oil, right? We got a reprieve from releasing all that gas from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, or oil, or whatever it is we released. And that made inflation headline come down. I believe that is now over, and we are going to see oil hit headline again. So again, CPI is expected to be 6.2. Core is expected to be 5.5. I am calling for 6.6 headline. Leave your comments below. Let's have a guessing game. What do you think headline will be? I'm going to call 6.6. Expectations are 6.2. And what do you think core will be? Core, they're calling for 5.5. I'll call 5.6, right? So I'm calling 6.6 headline and 5.6 core. Let me know your thoughts below. Leave comments below. We also get retail sales next week. Retail sales are actually expected to be up 1.9% after December's disaster of down 1.1. I don't know. I think retail sales is going to disappoint to the under. And then finally, we get PPI near the end of the week. PPI, Producer Price Index, wholesale inflation, is expected to be at 5.4. Last month it was at 6.2, so a significant drop. And then finally, let's talk about housing and unaffordability. Housing is clearly unaffordable. There are really 4 things that can make housing more affordable. 1, obviously, the crash bros are right and prices come down. 2, interest rates, the cost of capital, the cost of debt could come down. 3, wages could go up. And then number 4, and not talked about a lot, builders such as Pulte Homes could start building smaller homes. It has been decades since we have built affordable small homes. They've focused on move up and luxury and all of that because that's where the profit was. We do need builders to build smaller homes, cheaper homes, go for the median and below. There really are 4 things. I do not have good news. I think housing will be on the worst affordability for years to come. I am of the ilk that wages need to rise. So that's what I got for you this morning. Again, like, subscribe, comment, and let's see if I can get this out of here real fast. You can enjoy the view with me. There's the sunrise over the China Sea, I think we're in. Do a little panorama shot for you. I'm on the sports deck, which is usually empty. So, all right, folks, have a great day. Where's the sun? There it is. Enjoy the sunrise.